Take two. Hi, I'm Karen. I actually saw these a few weeks back and I wanted to review them because it's funny, I feel like e.l.f. always comes out with some really nice stuff towards the end of the year. Anyway, I just thought this was a nice and simple palette. Definitely wanted to test out the formula to see how it goes. It seemed like a pretty cool palette to take if you're going out on a trip or you want to do something quick and simple, or maybe you want to just have a palette that has the blush, contour, and whatever else in it. Maybe a quick lip. Just something just to have that's quick and easy. I kind of like that idea of everything being in one palette, as long as, you know, like, I guess the powders, you know, don't get on creams and things like that. I'm not really a big fan of creamy lip type palette stuff like this because you can't really take it with you, so I'm not really a fan of that. That's cool maybe on photo shoots and things like that, but I'm not really a fan of it in this because, you know, I'm probably not going to want to take the whole thing with me. But then again, it's probably small enough for you to actually put it in your purse and do touch-ups, especially if you're one of those people where your eyes run and things of that nature, because I happen to be one of those people where my eyes do tend to run and I have to, you know, have a little backup in my purse just to make sure that looks right. So let's get into this video so we can see what these look like and how they apply. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first one. This is the Nude Perfect Face Palette, and this says everything you need in one palette: 3 eyeshadows, 2 lip colors, 2 face colors. This is an all-over face palette. Is great for creating custom makeup looks to take you from day to night. Alright, so they give you a couple of tips in here. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and pop this one open. The Rose Perfect palette honestly is the one that I have my eye on, and they had sold out and I was only able to get my hands on one, and then they came back in stock, so I was able to get the other 2. So that's why I'm able now to do this video, so I'm excited about that. And you just simply just pop this open, and it's pretty easy. Nothing difficult to open. Alright, and it has a little mirror in there, so that's nice. And this is what the colors look like. I definitely like the nice little rosy pink color here. It's kind of, it's, I wouldn't say rosy pink, let me take that back. It's like a soft, not peach, like a pastel pink. That's what it is. Little nudie brown lip color and a rosy lip color as well. So let me go ahead and swatch. And they're just like little, you know, soft little color if you don't like a lot of color. That's kind of cute. I like that. So yeah, so it's more like a hint of color on your lips. I wouldn't say it's highly pigmented or anything like that, but if you just like a hint of color to look natural, that's the color there for the lips. That is gorgeous. I think these palettes went for $10 as well, I believe. I'll double check. Definitely will post the link down below in the description box. Yeah, but this pink color, it looks like a nudie brown in the palette. Yeah, that nudie brown right there looks a little bit more on the pinky side. At least on me, it's like a peachy pink. So I love that. It's like a nice, gives some vibrance and color to the lips. All right, let's see the other colors. I'm not sure how that, you know, blush and matte colors, that's not really something I feel like really swatches well. All right, let's do that one. Oh, it's a nice cool brown tone color. Now I would say I'm not a fan of the size of, I wish these were wider. I do. And those are the first 4 colors. I like that brown color. Now that white color did feel kind of powdery. Oh, but if you actually rub it in, this one that was here on the end, if you rub it in, it's kind of, it blends in nicely. That was the face powder one, the highlight color right here. All right, let's move on to the last color. Now, a lot of these colors are going to do better when you have a foundation on and you apply it with a brush, so it really, you know, adheres to your skin. But overall, I would say I love those pinky tones. All right, let's move on. We'll really be able to get the test once we test this bad boy out. This was the palette that I was excited about. This one is the rose one, and of course there's no brush in it, so, but you know, honestly, you're not asking for too much. So same kind of thing. This one has like a brownie lip gloss type thing in there. Lip gloss slash lipstick, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna call it lip gloss because it's just enough to give you a hint of color. And then the other 2 here have sparkles in them, so it's like a bronzer and shimmery deep, it's like a deep coral, yeah, I would say a deep coral color with them. They both have shimmers in them. And then of course you have another nice transitional tone, so that's cool if you have the other palette. So if you really want to start out lighter, you could go with this and then jump to the other one from the Nude palette. So that's kind of cool. The bronzer color will probably also make for a really nice highlight on someone who's dark skin as well. This one is the Smoky Matte palette. All right, and that's the palette right there. I like it. Very nice neutral colors. It's not warm or anything. Ooh, that's not even a black. It's like a charcoal. I like that. And then, this, is this satin? What's going on with it? Interesting. So those are the colors there. The last one there came from the bronzer color right here that I'm sure you could definitely use as a transition color if you need something else. You always have to get creative, you know what I mean? Like if you feel like you don't have that transition color, use your bronzer. And then they have a dusty rosy pink in here, a dusty pastel pink, dusty rose pink, however you want to call it. And that's the shade right there. And I'm just gonna pop it right in the end right there so you can see it. And it looks dusty rose in there, but it's still kind of got, you know, a kick to it. So I wouldn't say it's that subtle. And then let's go ahead and swatch these two right here. And those are the colors right there. So like I said, if you're one of those people you like a hint of color in your lips, this will be for you. Alright, so let's test out this daytime look. And just make sure to blend this all the way out. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my eye with the RCMA No Color Powder. We'll do this oddball right here. Alright, for the daytime look, I'm just gonna speed through. Y'all can just watch. I hope that's okay with y'all. All right, so I just want to give my overall thoughts on this palette. I think that it's a wonderful palette for $10 for price being what it is. I'm not especially crazy about the lip gloss. You definitely need to use a nice lip pencil with it to stop it from bleeding, because it will bleed, or just don't go heavy on it. But honestly, I wanted pigmentation, so I would say, you know, definitely use a brush. They do recommend that, and I would say that's true. Definitely do use a brush, because I use my finger as well. As far as the eyeshadows go, they are powdery. I will say that when you touch them, they do break up and get powdery. But as far as the blush and the bronzer go, they didn't. Now, as far as the bronzer in this palette, I would probably use that more as a blush type color, because to me it almost looks like it has a hint of a pink undertone. So I don't really think it's perfect for trying to contour my face, which I try to do, and I just felt like it just wasn't exactly hitting the mark for me. So in the video you'll see I use something else. I used the black radiance instead. Honestly, I like these two for blush, to be quite honest, but I would need to bring a contour color with me, some kind of bronzer color with me to make this really work. Definitely loved the pink blush. I used it on this side to do more of a everyday soft type of look, stayed away from contouring, just so you can kind of see a more, you know, glammed up version versus something more subtle. Honestly, I don't think I would have reached for this palette to begin with. If I didn't purchase all three, I probably wouldn't have bought this. I would have bought the nude one instead, because that one definitely caught my eye. But I'm glad I purchased this, because it's something different to play with. You know, it's nothing wrong with just changing it up a little bit and adding a little bit of a color to your life, you know? Yeah, so overall I say it looks good. It looks good. Will I say it's necessary? I'll probably say no, only because of the fact that, you know what, the lip glosses, if you like lip glosses in this type of container, that's cool. Or if you don't mind carrying something around with you. I'm not one of those women that really like to carry a whole thing with me, but this is very convenient to put in your bag. So I do like the idea of that. And of course it doesn't have highlight either, but they do have in one of the other palettes. I feel like if you took all three palettes and put them together, you can work with them. They probably just should have did one whole palette with all those colors, to be quite honest, because they have the highlight in there. They have some great transitional tone browns that you can use all together to create a really beautiful look. So they probably should have just put it all in one. But either way it goes, it's still a cute idea. It's just not crazy about the gloss part. Yeah, but it is what it is. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you've purchased this, I would definitely love to hear from you down below what you've thought of this particular palette right here, or just any of the other ones. Like maybe you prefer the other one over, you know, this one. You purchased this one. I think this is cool. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.